Hey everyone, so here's the latest on Bitcoin. We are sitting right now at $87,600 per coin, and there has been a ridiculous amount of positive news about Bitcoin, and it seems to be unable to move the price. What that tells you is for every one person that's reading amazing news about Bitcoin and realizes that worldwide adoption is playing out right in front of our eyes, there is other people who have gotten bored. And my favorite latest term is Jack Mallers. His term is this market will wear you out and scare you out. And I think that's a perfect way to put it. It wears you out and scares you out. So that's where we are. Wear you out and scare you out. So we've been grinding sideways more or less for, 4 months now, where the average person is starting to question, hey, if worldwide Bitcoin adoption is right around the corner, then what's going on? Like, why is the price not going crazy? And the answer is because you've got the true believers, which are the true adopters, which are the authentic adopters who understand what Bitcoin is, what they hold, why they hold it, and how it all fits together. And those people are not selling Bitcoin unless they really need it for something. They've got to have a very compelling reason to part with their Bitcoin. But on top of all of those true believers are speculators and people who want to get rich quick, and people who only bought Bitcoin because it was euphoric and they were positive that it was just going to keep going up. And then the longer it doesn't just create, endless instantaneous euphoria, the longer they're like, oh, well, maybe this is not the asset that I should own. And they go chase other things. So therefore, the Jack Mallers terminology of wear you out, scare you out. This market will wear you out and scare you out. So that's exactly what it's doing. It's wearing you out and it's scaring you out. So the vast majority of the wealth that has been accumulated in Bitcoin was accumulated or has been accumulated by patient people that understand the market is trying to wear you out and scare you out, and that 87,000 and change prices are a fantastic accumulation opportunity of Bitcoin. Now, if you're somebody like me who has more than 99% of all of the net worth of all of your net worth in Bitcoin, then obviously there's not a lot of opportunities to take advantage of the current reality. Now, one way I took advantage of the current reality is I financed the car I'm in rather than bought it outright with Bitcoin. It's a way of shorting the dollar. And if you short the dollar, then, that means essentially you're borrowing dollars to keep Bitcoin so you can still meet the needs of you and your family. And anyway, it's basically simple as that. But other than that, as far as accumulating new Bitcoin, I'm above 99% right now. So the remnant of strategic, emergency reserves there's just not that much left. So anyway, I guess the best thing is to look at things other than price, because those affect what the price will be in the future. So major news today was the board of directors of GameStop, the video game retailer. The board of directors unanimously voted to add Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset. That is a huge deal because GameStop is meme stock. A bunch of people have been trading GameStop, and so it's a very publicly traded company, as in a ton of people are paying a lot of close attention to GameStop. And anyway, so it's getting a lot of publicity, and a lot of people are focused on it. And a unanimous vote by their board of directors to adopt Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset means a lot, especially because they are sitting on $4.6 billion of U.S. dollar cash reserves and U.S. dollar equivalents. So they have a significant amount of dry powder to put in Bitcoin, and their stock immediately went up 10% on the news. And obviously it takes a lot to make stock go up 10%. So anyway, other companies are going to look at that and see the exact same thing, which is, hey, there's a really easy way to make your stock price go up, which is save your wealth in something other than US dollars. And if you're sitting on Bitcoin, the marketplace believes that Bitcoin is going to be more valuable than US dollars, and therefore you get rewarded for that. So that major happening happened earlier today. There also was a ruling by the SEC that Bitcoin miners and whether they're participating in a mining pool or solo mining like I do at home are not securities, which means they're not subject to securities law, which is a good thing for everybody doing that. Nobody really thought they were, subject to securities law, but it's a great way to tie up a bunch of loose ends. So when I scroll through on Twitter and I look at all of the fundamentals of Bitcoin, they're as strong as they've ever been, which means you just have to take advantage of the price if you can. If you have US dollars that can be converted to Bitcoin, now is a fantastic time to do that. And if you don't have US dollars that can be converted to Bitcoin, then it's a matter of just focusing on the fundamentals of Bitcoin, which is its worldwide adoption and the improving regulatory environment for Bitcoin and all of the positive things happening around that, because those things will eventually be reflected in price. Every day there's tens of billions of dollars of Bitcoin trading hands from people buying and selling at 88,000 a coin or whatever the price is at that exact point in time. And during that time, people who want to get off the train at 88,000 are getting off. People who want to get on the train at 88,000 are getting on, and the adoption marches on. If you were paying very close attention to the adoption of the internet, step by step, every step of the way while it was happening, it felt exactly like this. Long periods of time where adoption of internet and internet-related technologies continued to march on, but it was not immediately reflected in the stock price of the NASDAQ or whatever your favorite metric or thing was that was tracking the price of the NASDAQ. So, incredible time to buy Bitcoin right now. Shockingly it's shockingly cheap given the amount of very positive news that is covering everything to do with Bitcoin right now. So, as always, buy as much Bitcoin as you can, sit on it as long as conceivably possible, and that has always been a winning strategy, and that strategy over enough time has never failed. So, let me know if I can be of assistance on your Bitcoin journey. I am always here. Thanks, everyone.